All right, so around 6 a.m., I got up in the morning. I was looking for that pre-market trade. WLDS. This one caught my attention. We had this kind of 5 minute flag set up over here. We had that leg up. Then we came down, and I noticed that we firmed up over this high over here in the 136 area. We came back up, tested 152, got rejected, came back down, held 136 area again, came back up, rejected at 153, and when we started coming down here, I got long at $1.38, and I actually told, I believe it was Day in the morning, I seen he was like the only one up right here. I'm like, took some WLDS in this range, risk off lows. We'll add more if we get 152 break and hold. There wasn't much action. This was kind of like I was going into it with a scalp. I was looking for the 152 break, so I had a starter down here, 138. I was looking for the 152 break and hold, and I was willing to add more so we can get that move into 168. We did not get that move. Volume was really light, so I actually decided to cut it short. I got out of this trade at $1.44 in pre-market. It was like 6:30 in the morning Eastern, and then after that, I just didn't even touch it. I actually put my head down and fell asleep for like 30 minutes. So that was
So
my
you jumped out right before that, then.
literally, yeah,
And so
right before this dump, we got this big candle up right here, and then I literally sold everything 144, and I put my head down. I went back to sleep for a little, and then I came back later in the day. I didn't really want to trade today, but I was up for this, so I caught a little scalp on this. I was pretty happy with it. And then, I see overall during the day, it kind of had a few pops, had some trouble getting over that 136 area, and then, it's kind of flagging here, but,
yeah,
we're in the after hours now. So, did anyone else play WLDS?
I did.
You did, or?
No, I did.
Oh, okay. And then my second trade on the day, this was around, I believe, lunchtime. It was FNHC, and I actually posted it over here. Right here on this 5 minute flag break, perfect VPA, buyers stepped in. So I got long on this one right over here at 54.80. So that'd be like 54 cents and what, so basically 55 cents, whatever, if you round up. So I seen this 5 minute flag. We had these stuff candles. VPA was kind of decent. Buyers were stepping in. We were holding our trade line. So I'm like, all right, let me get into this. I'm gonna risk off 52 cents, which is this pivot right over here. I'll draw that out for you. So my risk was off 52, and then I got in right here at 54.8. So right when we reclaimed the EMA, buyers just like right away they just started stepping in. We got a quick pop, and I'm actually gonna look at what I exited everything at. Yeah, so this one I didn't really scale out of it. Got in 54.8. Got out of my whole position at 62. So right when we popped into 62 and we broke above this, previous high a day area over here, I was expecting a flush because we came up here, we flushed, put in a flag, came up here, we flushed, came up here again, we flushed, tried again, we flushed, again we flushed. So when I went into this one, I was like, all right, so when I see the profits, I'm gonna have to take them very quickly. Why? Because looking left, every time we came up to this area, we flushed. So there was obviously big sellers in this area. So I didn't scale out. The pop was really really quickly. I'll go to the 1 minute so you guys can see that. Like you can see how quick it was. Buyers just started stepping in. We made that new high a day. But ultimately, I got out of the trade right over here. So right when we got this first pop, I was like, all right, I don't want to get caught in this stuff. I didn't even plan on trading today. So I took my little win off this one, and that was it for the day. Um, there was also, well, I actually made 3 trades on the day. I stand corrected. FNGR, this one, it like I'm not in it, anymore. But this move was parabolic. So what I actually was looking for was this double bottom here, and I actually posted it in the Goblin Gang chat. I'll pull it up right now. There were a lot of eyes on this one. Um,
Yeah.
I know Gary, he called it out. He freaking nailed it. That's honestly what got my attention on it. Just looking for my message here. Yeah, so that's way earlier.
Flagging now. After hours.
Indeed, it is. Yeah, it is trying to break out here. I mean, this one right now is like it's in no man's land right now, you know. So, and why do my messages never show up in the Goblin Gang anymore? Well, here I know what I can do. So right over here, FNGR, I was like, got my eyes on FNGR on that double bottom near 460, 450. So what I was looking at is I noticed we had this bottom here, and then when we actually came down to this bottom, we bounced off of it here. So I did take a starter down here. Let me check my fills. Okay, I got a pretty bad average on this one. I took it at 486, so that would have been, wow, this thing is still going. It's making my chart smaller. So I got filled right over here, 486. I did say in chat, I want to find the message because I remember typing out that I wasn't planning on touching this name until we reclaimed over 480. And the reason for that was it was this flat bottom area over here. I'll add another drawing for you guys. So we had this 480 flat bottom support. It was previously resistance. It was also support over here. So I really wanted to see this one, you know, grind up, reclaim my EMA, get over that 480 level, and then see if we could start basing out over there. And it was actually like perfect. We came up to 480, we broke over, got rejected off VWAP, got long on this pullback at 486, and then ultimately we got this pop. And like I said, I wasn't planning on trading today, so when my gains were on the table, I wasn't scaling out. I wasn't trying to hold for a big move. I was just getting in and getting out. So I remember when we popped up to VWAP here and we like blew through it. Let me check my fills. I did take some off 493, and then I took the rest of the piece off at 510. So it'd be right against this pivot over here. This 510 area pivot right here. You can see it was previous support. It was acting as resistance. So I just sold everything right there. And yeah, I did miss out on a beast of a move, but like I said, you know, my mindset coming in, you know, I wasn't planning on trading, and you know, I seen these opportunities and I was like, you know, there's no way I'm not just gonna, you know, make these quick gains. So those were my only 3 trades on the day. One trade 6 a.m. and then the last 2 were at, I believe, 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. sorry, and then 11:51. So I mean, pretty solid, you know. What did you guys trade?
Sure.
What did everyone else trade?
I just traded it.
What was that? Mobius, it came in like really like muffled. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, it might be my mic. The only one I traded today was FNGR. I took, profits right at 5. I didn't hold it for that bigger move. I wish I would have.
Nice. So where did you get long? Did you get long in the morning or did you get long in this consolidation?
Yeah, I actually got long in pre-market at 416.
Wow.
But yeah, I wish I would have held for longer. But I looked at the chart in pre-market when Bob was going over it, and it looked pretty good. So I, kept holding on to it, and then it hit 5, and I was like, I need to get out and take profits while I can, because lately I've been staying in trades too long.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you definitely capitalize on this shit from 450. Excuse my language. 416s to 5. I mean, that's beautiful gains. So I mean, props to you on that. What did you see exactly that like made you want to get in pre-market? Was it just like consolidation or?
Honestly, I have to pull up my chart here. I'm kind of on my phone, so it's a big screen share, but let me pull it up. Exactly what I was looking.
Yeah, definitely. You can share your screen. I'll definitely join that stream if you do that.
One second.
Take your time. Take your time. Did anyone else trade FNGR?
I took a couple small trades on it, but just the way things have been moving, man, it just keep getting scared.
I hear you. So where did you get long, Hume?
After this, it was right at after that flag on the 1 at your time would be 2, like right before 3.
So I believe somewhere in this area over here.
Yeah, coming out of that sell-off, which it's like 10 of 3 your time.
Oh, so that would be in the morning.
No. In the afternoon.
Oh, 10 a.m. for you, 2 p.m. for me, or 3 p.m. for me.
Yeah, right in that area. Yeah.
Okay, I can see, you had this
I wanted to
consolidation.
hold it for to potentially make new highs, but I'm still even watching the 2 minute, man.
Yeah, the 1 minute is very, very whippy. That's why I wanted you to like get off the 1 minute completely. But like, so what price did you get long at?
Let's see. So right on that dip, basically, after it made that big bar at 12.55, I took a dip at 5.37.
So I would imagine right in this area.
Well, almost 5.38.
All right, yeah. So we had one bottom, we came down, we double bottomed, kind of put in a triple bottom. So when did you exit? Did you catch the move all the way up to 580s, or were you out before that?
No.
Oh, so right when you were in profits, you just.
That was kind of my target, just to take 10 cents, but.
All right, so a quick scalp trade.
Yeah.
And kind of see you. Right when you put in this leg right here, you kind of put in that little 3-minute flag, and then you made that move into 580s.
Yeah, and I'm just, I want to sell into strength, but the strength just continuing.
Yeah,
I mean, this
definitely.
thing is still running like crazy after hours.
Yeah, it's it's still going. Yeah, I think it's in the 8s now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, almost 9. Yeah, it'll definitely probably hit 10 at this rate. So what, like, were you just nervous, or were you trying to go for a scalp trade? Like, what was your game plan on it?
Yeah, I mean, just to get a quick scalp. I mean, because this was another one. I was watching this in ATXI again all morning, and I didn't really want to trade today. I wanted to like be at the computer for an hour or 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
But when I saw how much momentum was going on, it was kind of hard to completely.
Definitely, yeah. That's why I kind of honestly, all the trades that I made, they were on my mobile today too. So like that's not something I really do. But like when the market's hot, today was a really good day. Like I wish I was at my desk, but yeah, I noticed everyone in chat was like making money. I'm like, damn, okay, we're getting follow through. Time to make some money. But yeah, I mean, I see this nice double bottom. Kind of like, I'm sure if I zoom out, it'd be that W. Yeah, right there, that little W pattern. Then you get your little flag consolidation over here. And I don't know, U-shaped recovery right into new highs. Yeah, shorts got trapped on this one, man. But yeah, like, I can't really.
This thing was so slow for, after it made that second pop, it just, or actually, I guess it was after that first pop, it was just so slow, kind of.
Yeah, just consolidation over here.
Wedging, but.
Yeah, even over here, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, if you were just like trying to get a scalp out of it, then there's really not much I can like say on the trade other than hey, the scalp worked. You seen something, you got in, you got your little gain, and you got out. So props to you. Did you play ATXI?
I did, but it wasn't anything really. Let me look at the chart here. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see where
This
you.
is just like it this was like another thing. Same thing that happened on Friday. Like, I was watching this in pre-market. Saw that early pop at 2 a.m. my time, and I guess I should have paid more attention like on Friday because it did a similar thing on Friday, and then it ran when market opened.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that was definitely a theme for this one. Even over here, kind of tried putting in a leg right at the open, and right over here as well, put on a leg at the open,
yeah,
and
there's just not much to go off of. I mean, there was some accumulation going on, and this thing was making higher highs. But right when I was really starting to focus on it is when it just erupted, and it got in my head just like on Friday.
all right. So like when you were looking at this one and you did play it, like what was your game plan on it? Were you looking for a scalp? Were you looking for a
Yeah,
lag? Like,
just scalps because it made such a big move, and it's been running. That's what's kind of been making me nervous to stay in a position longer than longer than a scalp.
yeah.
Um,
So what did you get long at? Did you get long at the open or?
no, I think it was just so it was kind of in the morning.
Okay. I assume you're on the 1 minute.
Yeah, I am. So right after there's that flag that kind of broke down at I guess 10:18 your time. After that broke down,
Okay, yeah. Then that U shape, and then we had the flag right
yeah,
here. It broke down.
yeah, and I took an entry right at 8:30. So 8:31, 8:32. So I guess right on that dip right there is where that red candle there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had the right idea. Just
Yeah, definitely. I can see this thing was like leg up, die, and so yeah, you waited for your entry, which is always good, and then what did you enter at and what did you exit at? And like what were you risking off of?
um. I mean, I was just risking 20 cents to
Okay.
potentially make 20.
Okay, cool,
But
cool. So this was like
I
another one,
just
just like a quick, buy the knife and get the quick bounce and get out.
yeah, because my mental state was just so shook, and I should have the professionalism to just take a step back, um,
Definitely.
because that big move, watching this thing for days and days and days and still not, taking a position, um,
Yeah, wow. All the way from
so I was
threes.
just basically risking, 20 to potentially make 20 a 1-to-1, but
All right, I mean, not
once I
bad.
was up 10 cents, I just jumped ship and was happy with my small gain.
All right, yeah. So you were just kind of buying the knives and getting that quick bounce. Sometimes that won't always work out. It's better to like one day when you play that way, it'll burn you. Um,
Sure, believe me, I've
yeah.
been.
So you already know. I don't gotta like go into that, but like
You can
it's
for everybody else, for
yeah.
sure.
No, I was all I was really was gonna excuse me. All I really was going to say was you should come up with that game plan. Wait for that solid setup. Like when I'm looking at this, I don't really see the setup. Like maybe you can play the double bottom W over here, and risk off of the low of this candle, get long somewhere over this area, and risk off 1250s maybe, and then catch that leg up. But like overall, like to me, this is just so choppy. Like every
Yeah,
time you tried to make the move, sellers were just waiting and waiting and waiting, and you can see that on the chart. Like every time we made a move up, it got like sold into right away. So like look at this chart, okay, and then compare it to like FNHC, like the trade I took today. Like looking at that chart and then looking at this chart, like this chart has a clear setup, VPA is there, we have the range to start opening up. Like I get that, you're just trying to go in for scalps, but like buying knives like that, man, like they can, and you just said you already know, but like they can burn you, man. Like it's not worth
Well,
taking the
I didn't buy
risk.
the knife on that. I waited for it to dip, after that knife at 827, things have a tendency to kind of bounce and then, basically retest the area. It didn't go all the way back down to the bottom of the knife, but once it sold off again a little bit at 1131, that's where I took 1132, I should say.
And we're talking about FNHC, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I'm still on
I was
ATXI.
still on ATXI.
Yeah.
I forgot that you had switched, but
Well, like overall, my point is like just notice these things and like wait, just be patient. Wait for that solid setup. Wait for that one that you're just like you. I don't know how to explain this, but like when you're looking at the chart and you see that setup and you're like, oh man, this is gonna go. Like
yes.
it's almost second nature. Like just sit at your computer, sit on your phone, whatever you're trading on, and just wait for that one setup. Capitalize on that one setup and just be done for the day. Like the only reason I say that, like, you won on this trade, you took a quick scalp, your scalp worked out. I'm very happy that it did. But like going forward, this is just so choppy to me, like if I looked at this in the morning, like sure, maybe, we could have played this flag here, this 1 minute flag, we would have got stopped out. But like then going forward, like, okay, we just knifed. Now we recovered. Now we knifed again. Like we're not holding VWAP for shit. Like VWAP is not, reliable at all. Then when we finally got below it, we started confirming it as resistance. So like just notice these things. Notice the whippy price action. And another thing that you did say was this thing has been running for 4 days. Usually when a daily puts in 3 to 4 green candles, and I'm sure this candle was green in the morning, this is the ending of it.
Yeah.
So like keep that in mind and just try focusing, on a couple trades, try focusing on the solid setups and just nail them and be done, man.
ATXI to a T, man, right at 8 o'clock at night. That reversal time.
Exactly, 11 a.m. for me, yeah. Kind of came up, but then it reversed ultimately, and that's when it had its, complete downtrend into the end of the day.
And I mean, emotion definitely took over too much on this because I've been putting too much time into focusing on this and then missing the pops, and that's why taking quick scalps.
That's another thing.
Sort of capital, which it's definitely not worth the risk.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like you've been so focused on this name for almost like a week now, and you watched it make its move to 15, but you didn't play every pop, and it happens. Emotions. Those are the hardest parts to overcome with trading. So like I can understand it, but like just focus on that 1 or 2 setup, man. Nail them and be done. Like even going into tomorrow, like the way I traded today, just those 3 solid setups, like I don't know why I feel extra good about them, because like there was no headache. Like my P&L wasn't any red, it was just straight green, and like it makes you feel good, and it makes me want to come into the market tomorrow and just find those 1 or 2 setups, nail them, and just be done, move on with my day.
Those were nice setups for sure, man.
Exactly, yeah. Mobius, I seen you, did you get your charting all set up?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt y'all talking. So I'm having trouble with the share screen, but if you look on FNGR about 7:05, you had that long wick candle that hit the high of 430 in pre-market.
Yep, right over here. 7:05. Is that Eastern or?
Central.
Okay, so it'd be somewhere right over here. Yeah, we got that pop into 430.
And then it came down, tried to push back up again, it held at 420. But if you notice, it stays on the 5 minute. It kind of rides to 80. May it did blow it a few times, but every time it tries to push back up around the 420 area, it's getting stuff back down and stuff. Well, I saw it was riding to May, so I kind of took its notes on it. Decided to buy it for 16, which is what my DMA on the 5 minute push and they'll open in it deep.
Nice, man. Yeah, no, I definitely see that. You had that pop. You respected your EMA, and then below your EMA, you had your VWAP around the $4 area. Kind of telling you like, hey, we got some support down here. Don't worry. And overall, it really worked out in your favor, man. Like this is a crazy move to be in. So props to you, man. Props to you for noticing that and managing your risk properly and capitalizing on that move, man. Good job.
Thank you. I just wish I would have stayed in it longer.
Hey, man. All you need is a piece of the pie, brother.
Okay.
Did anyone else play any other names that you?
I played sober a couple times.
Sober.
SOBR. Yeah.
Do you wanna share your screen or do you want me?
Sure, I can.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Sure.
Definitely, we'll join your stream.
I think I can.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know, man. We'll give you a few minutes. Wow, Sober had a really nice move today. Continuation move from Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice double bottom, ascending double bottom.
Let me see.
Broke out. Really nice.
Yeah. What was that? Supposed to be ready right now. Alright, I think I got it. Uh, there we go. Can we see it?
Yes, sir. Joining your stream right now.
Alright, so the first time I played it, there's a bit of an echo, is that me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Alright, cool. First time I played it was down in here. I wanted to break up above that opening area, but if you look on the one, it had the dip down, which pulled back to on your ADMA for your 5 minute. So it was a good entry. It popped back up, but then after it started to not continue at all, it's kind of where I took off on that one.
Yeah.
And it ended up breaking down. So it's like one of those things with the warning signs, like you gotta be super protective of any sort of profit.
Of course.
So right here, I kind of failed out, and I luckily didn't get any of the downside. And then later on, this one right here.
Nice little 5 minute flag.
Yeah, this was like a perfect 5 minute flag, and it was bouncing back off of your previous pre-market level, like a little bit above it.
Yeah, definitely. I see that.
But sometimes too, that I've tried to do especially is whenever something gives in a huge leg like this with a big amount of volume, even if it doesn't quite touch
the pivot.
Yeah, that pivot, it still sometimes will make the move. So whenever it's given that down, oh wait, it's this one right here. Enter in wherever you can, as close as we can, and then if it starts breaking down more, you gotta cut it. Yeah, just like little Mikey dog pieces up.
Yeah, Mikey's always saying if a stock is truly strong, it's never really gonna come down to that pivot. So.
Yeah, and that they move up too. It's something you have to be aware of. Is the ADMA, it's gonna move up.
Exactly.
So you look at that pivot, you try to get as close as you can, and normally too, whenever it's pulling back, it pulls back quick towards the pivot, and that's when I enter. Is that instant? And normally you're gonna get, even if you're not quite at that pivot or anything, you're gonna be semi-close, and then also that's kind of where all of everyone else wants to get in too. So they're all
Exactly.
going to support that price.
Exactly.
So that was the beautiful 5 minute flag there. And
Yeah.
the biggest problem I have right now is holding. I'm really scalpy, and anytime things start moving after, I quick to, take those gains.
Yeah, so something you can do about that, like I just want to say, like I think you executed that great, man. Like honestly, I think you played it very, very well. So like good freaking job on that. And then like something you can do to like try to stay in the trades longer. You can either wait till you get really mad and you tell yourself stop being a b word and start staying in the trades longer, or you
Yeah.
can like because if you're hitting win after win, psychologically it's going to start to build confidence for you. So you're going to start getting more confidence in your play, you're going to start hanging into them longer, you're going to start sizing in more. But if you're finding yourself having trouble holding for that next leg or holding for that move that you're anticipating, try sizing down. So let's say you're used to taking 500 shares, just take 250 shares, because what that'll do is it'll lessen the emotion. You'll be much more comfortable in the position. You'll have a lot less risk on the table, which will also make you more comfortable. And then you can hold for that bigger move. And sure, you're not going to make as much as you would make, if you were taking 500 shares. But the whole point of it is to get the process down mentally. Because if you take 250 and then, you scale out 50, 50, 50, 50, 4 take profits or even 3 take profits, psychologically, it's going to start building that confidence. It's going to start telling you, okay, I'm able to hold for that leg. My analysis is correct. And, after win, after win, after win, overall, it's just going to build confidence in yourself. But, like, I just want to say it again. I think you executed this great, man. Very, very good job. Very proud of you.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Of
I think
course.
part of me too, I've been almost, to go into that aspect too, is I've been recently, like in the last 6 or so weeks, I've been very good at being consistently green.
Okay, that's what's up.
And yeah, and being on all the trades, almost every ticker I trade, it's consistently green. But the bad thing is I don't hold it that longer. So it's something I definitely need to work on.
So what's going through your mind when you're seeing the green? You're just like, are you afraid of going red, or do you feel like you have too much risk on the table and that's causing you to cut the trade short and not let it play out, or like what's going
I
through your
think
mental?
I think part of it too is the market in general in the September. It's been very unforgiving.
Definitely.
So part of it was, I mean, if it's gonna come on this and retrace back to here, and then it's gonna give me this pop, the top. It's a 6% move.
Yeah,
And
6% on decent size is pretty decent. It's a good gain.
yeah, exactly. So I think my strategy has been more take more size on these pullbacks. Biggest thing is like you have to watch the volume.
Of course.
But I've been taking more and more size on that, and so my P&L's been going up, but I definitely need to hold a half or whatever. And it goes what you said is maybe even sizing down or going back to what I was sizing,
And yeah,
and allowing some of this to sit.
yeah, definitely. Another thing I want to throw in there is actually what Mikey told me to do. So what Mikey told me to do was like, so let's say you're used to taking 500 shares. Take 1,000 shares, scalp that 500, and then keep that core that you're used to trading already. So let's say you're used to trading 500, you scalp that 500 from that 1,000, then you got your core in it, and let that core ride. You'll already be in profit, so you already have some wiggle room to play with. And then if you start feeling like the trade's going against you, you can always start scaling out quicker, or you can even sell, maybe I don't know, like 600 shares or something, and position yourself smaller over there to try to hold for the bigger move. But so that's something I've been actually doing. I've been trying to size up way more, and so I've been implementing that what Mikey told me to do, and so I've been taking more size and I've been scalping that first piece, and then that core that I'm normally trading with, that I'm already comfortable trading with, is what I'll kind of leave in there. And I'll try to stay comfortable in the trade to try and hold for the bigger move, because I had the same problem as you. I would get in, scalp that 10, 15 cents and get the hell out and be on my way. And then, honestly, what changed it for me is all my friends that traded with me, they would always tell me, they're like, man, you're finding these rippers, but like you're holding for 10 cents. Why are you doing that? And then literally like that's what made me like think, all right, yeah, something's got to change. I agree with these guys. And you know, overall, after hitting win after win, it just builds confidence. So keep at it, man. You're doing great. Keep at it.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course. Was that the only trade for you, or did you have any other you wanted to go over?
I traded a lot of names, but
Hey,
that's
the floor is
it
yours,
for
man.
now.
If you want to go over any other ones, you can.
Let me look.
Yeah, definitely. Do your thing. Oh, while he's looking, does anyone have any questions or anything?
I got a question.
What's going on?
Something that's been, driving me nuts is when you miss your entry, how do you kind of handle that?
So,
If you see a setup and,
so for
just
me,
for one reason or another, it runs 10 cents or whatever, it just, it's hard for me to, kind of justify
what did I do here?
taking a higher entry, especially with the way things have been, where, they'll pop one candle and then they'll sell off.
Yeah, so like for me, if I have an entry that I'm trying to get in at, and I miss that entry, there's two things I'll either do. Either I won't touch it because where I wanted to buy in is, not where I can buy in anymore, and now the risk is completely different.
Yeah.
Or you can just size down and, try to find a new entry and try to capitalize on that next move up. But normally, like, so let's say looking at sober, just a hypothetical example. Let's say I want to enter off this pivot, and we didn't get that pullback that I wanted, and we just started extending right over here. So I would have looked at this. I would have been like, okay, I'm risking off 297. I can probably enter around 315, 316 area. Two things I can do. Either I can let the trade go and find another one, or I can size down to position myself correctly, so that way if I do take the hit off of 295, it'll be the same as my risk from the first place. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'm even, I'm even down to literally like 25 shares, and it still just frustrates the shit out of me, bro.
Yeah, just keep at it, man. Like, and another thing, like, try playing with money you're not afraid to lose. Because if you're playing with money, like, let's say, you're playing with a life savings or something, it's going to be very, very hard on your mental. It's going to be like, okay, this is all I got. I can't lose this, etc. But,
Yeah.
So try playing with money you can obviously afford to lose. That's, rule number one of stock trading.
Yeah.
But, like, if you feel 25 shares is still, too much for you, size down, man. Like, Mark Douglas was talking about in one of his seminars that he used to train traders that could literally only trade with 1 of 5 shares. So, like, if that's what it takes, man, if that's what it takes to build the confidence and, build the consistency, then, go for it, man. It is what it is. It's not.
It's kind of, it's just weird. It's not even so much the share size. It's just the fact of, being wrong.
That's where managing risk comes in. You got to find those entries, and you got to, position yourself properly so you can take the hit. And, like everyone says, basic trading 101, make your winners bigger than your losers. And all that basically means is, manage your risk properly. So if you do have to take a hit, your next winner will be bigger than that last hit. That's how you stay green consistently in this game. Jizban, I believe he's.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, there's nothing really else that I really wanted to go over or anything.
Alrighty, no problem.
Pretty much just trade. My biggest winner was the one you already went over. What was it?
SOBR?
No, the finger, FNGR.
Oh,
That
FNGR.
was my biggest one, but we already kind of went over that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Does anyone else have like any questions? Any trades they want to share? You can always share your screen and take over the floor.
No. Oh shit.
Yeah, Ronson still got a lot going on over there.
I guess one other thing I wanted to just point out to Humi too, is the biggest thing for me is just discipline. If your entry's gone, don't enter. Like, you can't enter it anymore. Your entry's gone.
Exactly. The whole risk is off now and everything.
Exactly. And I think that's like the hardest thing in trading is discipline.
It is.
So I think that's something just got to stick to.
Yeah, I didn't. You were breaking up. I didn't hear you. Sorry, I heard the discipline, but
that's pretty much it.
the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah, just staying super disciplined. If your entry goes, then it's gone. You can't enter it again unless there's another entry that you like on a 1 minute or whatever. But then your risk has to change.
Yeah.
That's where position sizing comes in. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Jizban, how long have you been trading?
Since February, really.
Nice, man. You seem like you're catching on pretty well.
Appreciate it. I also, that's all I do now. I quit my job to do it in February. So
nice.
I started paper trading and then I went to real trading. And it took me a while to really get the confidence and get consistent, but I think we're finally here, hopefully.
Hey, anything can be done if you put your mind to it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job, man. Proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Of course. Does anyone else have any questions, any trades they want to go over? You know, all the muted mics, you know, feel free to just unmute your mic and talk away, man. If not, I guess we'll...
I guess the last thing I'd like to say, too, was that little quiz I made. If anybody hasn't read that book, I highly recommend reading it because it really helped make things click for me. Honestly, until I read that, I was... And also watching a lot of Mikey's videos. But until that, I never really knew what I liked to trade or understanding trading.
Yeah.
And volume really does play such a huge role in everything, obviously. And understanding more about it really has helped me. So
yeah, volume price analysis was a game changer for me. And I remember my first time reading it, I was like, huh? And then, you know, I went back, read it a couple more times, and I was like, okay. And I remember I don't know if you know RCB, Rocket Catch and Bob, but he used to host these Twitches on Saturday. And man, I'd be in there from like, I think it was 10 a.m. to like 5 p.m. just watching him over and over. And he would always preach, go read VPA, go read VPA. So I was like, all right, I got to read this book. And it was honestly a game changer for me, man. All the candles they teach you, all the, you know, Wyckoff laws and accumulation, distribution, all the dojis, anomalies, you know, validated moves, like everything is volume, and that book just covers it from A to Z. And like, I agree with you, Jizban. If you haven't read VPA, you should definitely go get yourself a copy, PDF copy, hard book copy, whatever you prefer, and get to reading that book, man. It's a game changer.
I agree with you there. Agree with you 100%. And I will be trying to give out like little quizzes once a week or so to go through a couple chapters.
Yeah, definitely, man. Bring them on. I'm actually going to pin this one to the floor. So if anyone wants to do the quiz, anyone wants to check out the quiz, come to the Underdogs Discord. Go to our pinned messages. It's going to be the first one right over there. Courtesy of Jizban. Right. So I also appreciate you making that, man. It takes a lot of time out of, your own day, and it shows the dedication that you have. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. I really appreciate that.
Of course. The biggest thing is the quiz isn't really going to help you. Reading the book will, so make sure you read.
Yeah, the quiz is always like, just to, make sure you know what you're looking at and everything. So quizzes are always very helpful.
And that's kind of just like the motivation, though, to finally actually,
Exactly.
more than just like read parts of it.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely like staples it in your mind, Yeah, well, okay. I mean, I guess if no one else has anything they want to go over, any questions, I guess we'll cut it here, man. So I appreciate everyone joining. I appreciate you guys reviewing with me and, going over your trades. And hopefully we'll start doing this again every single day going forward. So once again, I appreciate everyone for taking the time out and being here, man. It really means a lot.
You too.
Yeah, thank you, Solid Trades, for
Of
hosting
course,
this
man.
and everything.
Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for taking the time out. Alrighty, guys. Take care.